a first impressions get ready with me with the Colourpop 1111 eyeshadow palette. If I'm a little bit off, I'm sorry. A little bit gassy today. So I picked up the eyeshadow palette and I also picked up one of the blushes. So I want to test these out on camera with you guys. I just received the palette in the mail yesterday. I got it like right after I finished my makeup yesterday, but I was going to test it out today anyway, so I'm really excited. So the reason why I picked up this palette is because I thought that this was a really beautiful neutral palette from Colourpop. Also, the packaging is so pretty. Then when you open it up, it has 12 eyeshadows. So this is one of their 12 pan eyeshadow palettes. Oh my god, like I haven't filmed in a little while, so if I'm a little off, I'm sorry. Just a lot of stuff has been going on behind the scenes with me, so I'm trying to like reorganize my life right now, and I'm gonna do like a huge clean out of my room today because it needs to get done. So hopefully tomorrow night I'll just be able to just chill and relax because I have a long weekend this weekend. I have a lot of stuff coming up which we will talk about. So anyway, this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. So we have 5 shimmers and 7 matte shades in here, and I'm so excited to dig into this palette. I also got this 6-piece brush set with the eyeshadow palette because they were doing a promo where if you get the 1111 palette, you can get this brush set for $15. I was like, I feel like that's a really good deal. Even though this is probably only like $20, $25 maybe. But I really love Colourpop's brushes. I feel like their brushes are probably the most underrated thing that they do. And I really think they have fantastic brushes. Like, if you're looking for good, affordable brushes, these are like the softest, easiest, like, and they pick up products so well, and they're just such good quality. So I think that the things that Colourpop does the most consistently is their brushes. Like, maybe you're not a huge fan of their makeup, but if you're looking for cheap makeup tools, I think their brushes are fantastic, and their sponges are great too. So I always pick up the sponge set like once a year. Let me just turn the brightness up a bit more. I think it's already all the way up. So I'm going into the shade Good Thoughts first, and it's just like a really light like crease shade. So I'm just gonna put that in the crease just to add some depth and dimension. But it's pretty early right now. I'm gonna run some errands today. I need to go to Target and Ulta, and then I'm just going to come home and reorganize like literally everything. But I just wanted to film this first impressions first because I really just wanted to dip into this palette. I originally was going to see my boyfriend, but I just have too much to do. I saw him yesterday. So we got this, we got food from this place called Burger Village. It's like a burger chain that's like, that they have like a few locations around Long Island. But this one I've actually never picked up food from before. I've only eaten at the one that's in the Broadway Mall, and that one is really, really good. But I picked up from the other location that's like closer to him yesterday, and I got so sick from that burger. I think because it was really undercooked. Like, it wasn't even cooked medium well. His burger was fine, but he actually said he had a little bit of indigestion today. So I was like, maybe we should both just chill out. But I just got really sick from that burger. Okay, so the first, I just used the crease brush first, and now I'm going to go into like this more defining brush. And I'm going to take, there's not really too many medium tone shades in here. Like, I wish there was kind of like one more like warmer tone deepening shade or like mid-tone shade, but I'm going to take the shade Protection. Why did I say that so weird? Protection. I'm going to take Protection, and I'm going to just put that in my crease to define it. These are very light shades, but they're just so nice. But there is quite a bit of kickback in the pan, but nothing too crazy. Maybe because these brushes are new. they might not be like just showing up as good, but I think it'll be fine. I just wanted a really light neutral look today anyway, so it's not really like a huge deal if they're not like packing a punch, because this is really good for like light makeup days. Like, even though these aren't really that pigmented, I kind of like that they're kind of like just a light wash of color. So I don't know, I just wish there was like a little bit more like mid-tones in this palette. But at the same time, I think that they're so nice, and I love that you have a lot more deepening options. So, and I do think that they're blending together really nicely and just meshing well as a neutral look. You see like how light they are, but they do look pretty, so. Okay, and then for the outer corners, I'm going to go into the shade called Right Path, which is kind of the mid-toned brown. Like, it's a deeper brown shade, and I'm going to use that to define the outer corner. Yeah, that's just really nice and soft, and these brushes are just so soft on the eyes and so easy to blend the eyeshadow. So again, I don't know if it's just because they're newer brushes. That might be why that they're picking up more softly, but they just look really, really nice, and I feel like this look is just going to be so easy and such an easy everyday kind of look for me. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to pick up this palette is because I did want to compare it to see if it was better than the I Need a Nude palette from Natasha Denona, because I don't know if you guys are aware that I did return that palette because I just got so beyond bored with the looks. And I feel like with this palette, I'm going to be more intrigued and more interested in using it because, like I said, there's a lot more deepening and defining shades in this palette that I will just end up using more. And even though this has like the same exact ratio of mattes as the I Need a Nude palette did, it actually has less shimmers. But I find that for me, that's a little bit more manageable. So I'm just going to put on my glitter glue. But if you can tell I'm a little stressed, I am. I just have a lot going on. I have a few plans coming up this weekend, though, that I'm really excited about. I'm actually going on my annual winery trip on Friday. And I'm really, really excited about that. But that's actually going to be a longer day than this coming Sunday will be. Because for that, I usually have to get up early. Like, I'm probably going to get up around 9 a.m. And I'm going to try and leave my house by like 10:30 the latest. Okay, so now for the lid, I really just want to dig into that gold shade called Manifest It. So, y'all know I needed to use the gold first. I mean, hello. You know me by this point. I have to use the gold. Gold's like my favorite shimmer shade. I don't know why. I just love golds so much. I've always been so partial to gold eyeshadows. Oh my god, that's really pretty. When I swatched these shimmers yesterday, I was like, they're a little bit more piecey, but I think that there's a lot of that like new glittery formula that's in these eyeshadows, and that formula is so beyond pretty. Yeah, that's really pretty. Basic, but effective. So I'm going on the trip. It's nothing that I'm like, oh my god, like gasp, but it's really pretty. Like it's not making me like skip a beat, but it's very pretty. Yeah. I already prefer this look over the Natasha Denona one. I just feel like even though again the mattes are light, they just blended easier, and I just like how they look more The Natasha Denona ones, I don't know. There was just something about it that I was like so bored with. I'm like, this is actually really pretty and really nice and light. So I'm just going to go to Target today, and then I'm going to go to Ulta because I want to check out the new Sailor Moon collection from Colourpop in person. I'm not going to Sephora today. I literally do not need a thing from Sephora. I'm trying to avoid Sephora because I really do not need anything. I really don't. So I'm not going to go there. And I don't want to go to the mall. I just need to go to Target and Ulta, and then I'm going to go home and just clean. So yeah, Friday's going to be really fun. I'm super excited. It's just a long day. And it takes like a lot of energy out of me, but I'm really excited. So, and then because we go from like 11 to like almost 7 o'clock at night, and it wouldn't sound like a long day if you didn't have to drive so far. Like, where we're going is like an hour out from where I live because it's like out east in like wine country on Long Island. So like people like don't realize that there's a wine country here. It's like one of our hidden gems because like everybody always raves about California wine country when Long Island's wine country is just as beautiful. And I mean, I've never been to the California wine country, but even my sister who lives out there, she loves the wine country here too. I don't even know if she's really been there too often. I'm not really sure. I mean, I've obviously been there a lot more because she clearly doesn't live here anymore. I would love to go out apple picking with her when she's here for Thanksgiving. That would be really fun. But we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I'm just gonna, but I think that those mats built up really nicely, and I really like this light look. I think it looks nice. I was gonna stay home yesterday rather than, tomorrow. Yesterday already passed. But I just want to like, I don't know, rejuvenate a little bit, even though I'm gonna be cleaning. It's not gonna take that much out of me. I'll be fine. Okay, I'm just going to pop on a brow bone highlight, and then we'll do the face. Okay. Now we're just going to prime. I'm just going to use my Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer. I'm just going to use this probably for the next week or two, besides my e.l.f. primer, because I actually want to use up both anyway, and I'm almost at the end of both of them. So I just need to keep on using them to use them up. And they're literally like the two primers I use all the time. So they're not like hassle products. You know, they're not like things that I get bored with to try and use up. Because they're literally the two primers I use all the time. So I'm not like a huge like new primer person. Like I use the primers that I have and I use them up. So. And then for my tinted moisturizer, I'm going to use the Terra 28. That was probably too much. But I'm also trying to use up this one. I'm like so close. So I keep on trying to use it up. I'm just like so bad at using up anything that comes to face products anymore. But I also need to use this one up too. That was a lot of products. So I'm just going to put the rest on my neck. That was quite a bit. And then for my sponge, I finally whipped out the Hourglass sponge from Colourpop. This is like the only sponge that I haven't actually used from the set that I got, I think like last year. I mean, I love this sponge. I've repurchased that set like probably twice at this point. So I was like, I need to actually whip this out and use this finally. So I finally did. Let me just, it's already too damp. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And then I also have, what else? I mean, I know what else is going on. It's just trying to see how this looks first. On Sunday, I'm actually going to Medieval Times with my friends, to celebrate my friend's birthday. That's in Jersey, so we're gonna take a day trip there, and I'm really, really excited for that too. I haven't been back to medieval times in, I think, 10 years at least. The last time I actually went was with my boyfriend and his friends, but I'm actually the one that has been there last, like the person that has been there the most recently, because everybody else talked about that they haven't been there since they were like a kid, or they were like back in like middle school or something. So I'm really excited. It's not like I'm like the director of all things medieval times then, just because I've been there the most recently. And then I'm just going to use my coinciding Tower 28 concealer. I love this concealer. I see myself probably using up this concealer at some point because I use it so much. It's just like been one of my go-to concealers. It's such a good one. And it's like the perfect everyday concealer too. Like, the hype is real with Tower 28 products. Like, I really don't see anybody not really like their products. They're all amazing, so I really do love their products. They're all so good. Oh, and I also need to get a new Essence Lash Primer at Ulta. I can't forget that. So I gotta write that down too. I made a list of what I need at Ulta and Target. Even though it's really like small, I know if I don't write it down, I'm gonna forget. Is anybody else like that? Like, it's like, oh, I only need like 2 things, but if I don't write it down now, I'm gonna totally forget. I feel like ever since I had COVID, like, my memory is just gone. Like, I'll remember like important things, but like things I need, I forget. And I literally just forgot what I said that I needed. What did I say? Oh, Essence. See, that's what I'm saying. Lash primer. Oh, and I have to look up what cleansing oil would be good for me, because before I talk about more medieval times, I forgot to tell you guys that I mentioned this in my everyday makeup lookbook, but I don't think I mentioned it in a Get Ready With Me, is that I did have my allergy test, I think like almost 2 weeks ago, when I found out like what skincare products I'm actually allergic to. But all the skincare that I have been using is all approved on that list already. Like, I haven't bought anything new, but all the stuff that I was using was already pre-approved stuff that I didn't even know was pre-approved until I saw the results. Because what they do, I mean, obviously all that stuff was okay for me because I didn't get an allergic reaction to any of them. And like I said, I've been just using really mild skincare. So anyway, so I do like how the other sponge like blends out concealer a little more, because that is for concealer, but this one's still nice. It just takes a little bit longer to blend it. Yeah, this still looks really pretty. So hydrating and so dewy. I love it. Okay. I just need a little bit more on the other side still. So I need to go on the website and see like which cleansing oil would be okay for me to get, because I haven't had a cleansing oil for a little while, and the allergist did recommend that I get a cleansing oil to take off my makeup first and then go in with a cleanser. Like, I haven't double cleansed like that in a while, but my face has been fine. But I feel like if I add a cleansing oil in, then that will, you know, just help my skin even more. So I think I'm just gonna like look up which one I should get right before I leave. Because I didn't do that yet. And I know if I don't, then I'm not gonna end up picking up cleansing oil. But I'll see what they have available at Target too. Because Ulta be expensive sometimes, okay? But I do want to get the Essence Lash Primer there because they're like the only place that has it. Oh, I forgot to say, like, before I did my eyes and everything, I did prime them with the just my Colourpop Party Proof Primer, and then I just used my Amicole lip oil, and then I set my eyes with my Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder, and then I'm using it again now because I use it like almost every single day. I don't know why my eye is bothering me already. Like, I just used saline, so I don't know why it's bothering me right now. It's amazing, like, how much I actually try to clean my eyes before makeup, and then it, like, doesn't make a difference because it still bothers me anyway. Okay. Sorry if that's weird. Some people are a little bit skeeved out when people touch their eyes, but you know what? Then just skip ahead or something. I don't care. I'm kidding. But not really. That's what I get for being a bitch. I get eyeshadow on the side. So anyway, yeah, so I had a really bad burger last night. But what's weird is that, so this place was not even busy. I was the only person there placing a to-go order. And the guy seemed to be just, like, really annoyed at me. Like, just asking, like, you know, make sure the burger's well done and all of that. But it's like, why are you being, like... He just, like, sounded so annoyed that I was asking him to do these things. And I'm like... I'm not even asking anything outrageous. Like, he didn't even, like, make sure that there was no mayo on it until I told him, like, 5 minutes later. He's like, oh, make sure there's no mayo on both of their burgers, even though that's how I ordered both of them. So, but anyway, the burger was so undercooked, but I still decided to eat it because I was hungry. And also, like, I was high. So, like... You don't really want to reorder new food. You're just friggin' hungry when you're high. It's legal in New York. I'm sorry if people get offended, but it is legal here, so I can talk about it as much as I want to. So yeah, anyway, it was just not the smartest choice. I think I'm just going to use the Total Angel shade on my inner corners. It's like a really light white shimmer, but it looks so pretty. Colourpop's inner corner highlights are like my favorites. That's really pretty. Yeah, I like that quite a lot. And then I'm probably just gonna take that same crease shade or the defining shade and just smudge that on the lower lash line. So just a really pretty, easy, everyday eye, which is what I wanted with this palette, obviously. I knew what I was getting with it, but I already like it more than that is very white, oh my god, than the, nude palette. That was just a snooze fest for me, so I was like, I'm returning this. I think I'm gonna take probably just a little bit of the same shade that I used on my lid, and I'm just gonna put that, like, right here. I want to make it, like, kind of a twinkly, sparkly look. I just can't help myself. I have to add as many shimmers as possible. But I love doing this. I think it looks so pretty all the time. So anyway, so that was like really, I don't know. I was just like, we're never going back here. We're never picking up food from here again. And like I said, he was having a little bit of indigestion this morning too. So I was like, maybe we should just rest today. So yeah. I think I'm just gonna take, I think I'm gonna take the shade that I used as the defining shade, and I'm gonna put that underneath. Yeah, that looks pretty. So I'm really excited for Medieval Times though. We're gonna go on Sunday. Today's Wednesday. So I have the winery trip on Friday and then Medieval Times on Sunday. They just so happen to fall in the same weekend. But me and my friend, who's going to Comic-Con with me, we thought that Medieval Times was in the same weekend as Comic-Con, but my friend whose birthday that we're going for, my friend Becca, she was like, no. She was like, uh, I'm going to Comic-Con too. It's not in the same weekend. Because, like, I know that she wouldn't do that. I was like, we were just confused with the dates. But yeah, Medieval Times is this Sunday, and then Comic-Con is that coming Friday. So I'm going to try and not push myself too much next week either, but I don't know, I might need to rest on Monday too, because I'm not really seeing my boyfriend too often until after Comic-Con, because I have a lot to do. So yeah, I'm just going to finish that up. I also feel like my Essence Lash Primer is just old at this point, so I need to get a new one. That looks really pretty. Okay. So that looks nice. I like how that looks. I'm just going to reinforce the mattes. So yeah, I got my patch test, and I just have to figure out like what cleansing oil I can get. But I just remember that both of the cleansing oils I was using, I didn't have like any allergic reactions to. I might have gotten like slight redness, but I just want something like for sensitive skin. But also, I can't really use anything too fragranced. Even though I do have like fragranced foundations or mostly foundations are the things that I kind of want to avoid if they're fragranced in any way. I obviously can't use any fragranced skincare anymore. I don't know if there's a vitamin C that I can use. I probably should find that out too. But also what I found out is that just because you weren't allergic to these things before doesn't mean you're not now, and you will be allergic to them for the rest of your life. So you have to avoid those ingredients now, because now my skin is way more sensitive to them, and they will create redness or itchiness or burning, which is what happened the last time when I used that vitamin C serum. So I just have to be more careful about the skincare that I buy, because honestly, I've never really had such a severe reaction like that, except for to my skincare. And my mom kept on thinking it was my makeup, and I'm like, no, I've said it like so many times. I'm like, it's the skincare that I was using. She's like, well, maybe you should stop using so many products. And I'm like, I know, but I haven't had any reactions to like the newer foundations I've gotten or the newer tinted moisturizers. It's mostly been the skincare. Like, maybe I'll have a little bit of redness if I use like a fragranced foundation. So that's why I don't really want to get like really any high-end foundations right now, or really not in the near future, because they just make me a little bit more red. So it's like I don't really need to buy those. Like, there's really no point. And also I have too many foundations anyway that I just want to use up. So I don't really need to go and run out and buy a foundation anytime soon. Okay, so that looks really nice. Really nice natural look. It even looks better in person than it does on camera. It actually looks way better in person, especially the matte shades. So yeah, I'm just going to, let's see, how does the fallout look? Actually, that looks pretty good. Okay, so for the liner, I'm just gonna take, let's see, I think I'm going to take my Tower 28 mascara as well. And I think I might use the bronzer today too. I don't think I'm going to use the lash primer today. I'm just going to go in with the mascara because the lash primer has just been making my lashes look even worse because I think it's old. So I'm just going to use the mascara. And this one you don't really need the lash primer anyway. I just use a lash primer so then I don't have to curl my lashes because honestly, I kind of hate curling my lashes, but also, like, I feel like I just don't do it properly, and also, like, it doesn't really do anything for my lashes. So it's like, this one has, like, a curved wand already, so it kind of just does the lash curling for me. But don't do as I say, do as you are supposed to do and curl your lashes because you're supposed to. But 1 or 2 days of not using lash primer isn't going to kill me, so. Okay. What I really need to do is vacuum. I need to dust. I need to get rid of clothes. But mostly I have to take care of my clothes and put away my jewelry, and then I can dust and vacuum. So that's going to be the plan for today. I don't think I'm going to go through my closet today, but I'm going to do laundry and all of that. So, yeah. I just need to get to Ulta and Sephora. I'm almost, not Sephora, Target. I'm almost done, so that looks really pretty. Okay, and then I kind of want a nude liner today. If I could even find one, which always takes me a century, but hold on, let me just find it real quick. Alright, I can't find my nude liner, so we're just gonna go in with my LA Girl white liner because I just want like a tiny bit. Yeah, that looks pretty. On my waterline, like nothing too crazy. So we're just gonna do that. Just to add a little bit of something. Why is it not going on the inner part? Okay. That's better. Doesn't really matter too much. That looks fine. Oh, that looks nice. Looks so pretty. Okay, and then for bronzer, I think I'm just going to take the Aaliyah bronzer. I really just don't feel like doing a cream bronzer today. I'm just lazy. I don't feel like blending out a cream bronzer. So we're just going to take my Aaliyah one. I haven't used this in a little while anyway. That is a lot. Oh my god. That is very pigmented. It's like partly sunny today. It's not really partly cloudy. It's like partly sunny, which I think is a weather term as well. Because like the sun isn't shining like fully, so it's still like dark in my room. Because I like using the natural daylight now. I used to do my makeup in my bathroom, but I don't do that anymore. I just use this brighter light to do my makeup because, and also I prefer sitting down because I used to stand and do it in the bathroom, and I used to drop stuff and make makeup stains on the mirror like all the time. All the time. Literally all the time. But this eyeshadow look actually turned out so pretty. I don't know, there's something about it that I really, really love. I just really like it. Really like these tones. Okay, so now for the blush, we're going to go into the one that I picked up from the 1111 collection. So this is the Colourpop Pressed Powder Blush in the shade Claim It. And it's just like a light peachy blush. It just looked really pretty. Don't judge me. Did I need this? Definitely 100% not, but I mean, did not, but I still wanted to try it. It seemed like just such a pretty peachy shade. The only thing about this is that it does smell very chemically. Like when I opened it, it smells like kind of like wet paint. Like that's what it smells like to me. But dang, that is very pigmented. I only dipped my brush once and it coated my entire cheek with both sides. That's really nice. And when I swatched this one, it was probably like the softest Colourpop blush I've ever swatched. Like when I dipped my finger into it, I was like, wow, that is soft as hell. So it's just my reminder. But it looks so nice. Okay, I just need to grab a highlighter and a lippy, and then we'll be done. So yeah, that blush looks really pretty. I really like that one. It's really nice. Okay, so for my highlight, I'm going to go into my Super Shock highlighter in the shade Flexitarian. I'm just going to take my fingers because this is so blinding. You don't really need a brush. You can just use your fingers. So that's what I'm going to do. And it's just so pretty. And I'm just going to blend it out a little bit with my brush. I'm just going to take a little bit more on this side because God forbid we don't have enough highlighter, because we never have enough highlighter. Oh, and also I got my nails with this little wine glass, and I'm so obsessed with it because I wanted to do that for the winery trip, and it just looks so pretty. I'm not usually this basic. I just threw on a t-shirt because it's actually pretty warm today. But that looks really pretty. Yes, 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 yes. Pretty. Pretty. Okay, and then we're just gonna do my lip. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. I just went in with the shade What's Your Sign from Colourpop. This is one you can't get anymore because this was part of the Kathleen Light Zodiac collection. But this is like my all-time favorite nude. So here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I really feel like this look did turn out very angelic looking, which is literally what the collection is for. It's like very angel inspired. 1111 has always been like a more like good luck kind of time. Like people make wishes when it turns 1111. But I really like this palette. I really like this look. It just looks so pretty in person. I know it's like a boring neutral look, but I really love how it turned out. I think that these are really pretty, easy, natural colors to use for an everyday basis. And I know some people were like, oh my god, another neutral palette from Colourpop. But honestly, I really love these deepening shades on the bottom. And I think that this is a really good versatile palette as well for multiple skin tones because you have these deeper shades, and these could be transition shades for deeper skin tones. So I really like the tones of mattes that they put in here, and again with the deepening shades, they're really, really nice, and they can work for more than just my skin tone. So I'm glad that they put like more deepening shades in the palette. I think it's just so pretty. I really love how this look turned out. I think it looks really gorgeous. And then as far as the blush goes, I love it. I've always loved their powder blushes. I think they're really great. I think they're really great for the price. I think there's a ton of blushes out there that you could use that are honestly great for the price. Not just good for the price, but great. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. And of course, I really loved the brushes as well. I already put both of them in my little brush holder, but I can also keep them in here too. This is such a cute little thing. I'm probably just going to keep them in here because this is great to store them in. But these are great. Again, the Colourpop brushes are awesome. I could have also used this one for my brow bone, but for some reason I didn't. So yeah. Let me know if you guys were interested in this. Did you think it was boring, the collection? But honestly, I'm kind of a sucker for Colourpop's neutral collections, but I just thought that this was a good 12-pan neutral palette for me. Again, I only have like a couple of, I really cannot stop staring at my eyes. They're so pretty. I don't know why. They're just so, I just really love this look. I need to shut up about it, but it just looks so good. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, I only have the chocolate palette and the nude palette, the in the nude or in the mood palette, whatever it's called. The Going Coconuts and the Plush Like Me. Those are like the only true neutral palettes that I have from Colourpop. So now I have this one, and I think it's really, really nice. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.